Hello YouTube. Well, today is a review day, and the tobacco I'm going to review is a favourite amongst the community. I'd say it was a very good tobacco. It's this Samuel Squadron Leader. Now it's a English blend, and they say medium, a light to medium, but I'd say it was more on the medium side than the light, really. And I think it's a good starter for somebody who's never really had English blends before. But it also has something to offer to someone who has English blends as part of their regular rotation. Now let's take a look at this blend. Now it has bright and dark Virginias and Cypriot Latakia and Turkish. Now I reckon by the look of it and the colour that it's Izmir Turkish. There's a very particular colour that I'm learning to recognise more now. It's quite nice stuff. I'd say it was a ribbon, but I'm terrible at identifying cuts. So I'd say the tin smell. I'd say you get that lovely smoky latakia at first, and the Turkish coming through with it. And you do get the Virginias, more the dark than the brighter ones. It smells very nice. The smell reminds me of sort of loose black tea, you know, very dark tea, very small hints of that. You get the smokiness, sort of earthy. And a dried wild mushroom smell, more the dried mushrooms than fresh ones. Very reminiscent of a dried mushroom. But also, very subtle hints in the background. I'd say mustard powder. It's very nice stuff. Now I'm nearly finished this bowl, but I've also smoked it in a billiard and a corn, and of course this poker. Now when you first light it, I'd say you got creamy, sort of subtle creaminess, very nice. And you get the latakia with the Turkish, but also hints of the darker Virginias, which come through nicely. Being supported more by the lighter zesty of Virginias. I wouldn't actually, they're not really zesty, they're sort of fresh tasting. But the lighter Virginias are more subtle in this. But you do notice more the darker Virginias. Now halfway through the bowl I reckon you get more, you get the latakia coming through with some of the Turkish, but the Turkish does come through nicely. I might think that Izmir is a very good Turkish. Now one piece of advice I would say with this is, before you smoke it, dry it out. I put it in this bowl, and it's a Royal Dalton bowl I bought in a charity shop, and I only put in a couple of bowls at a time and then cover it over with a cloth, in this case a handkerchief. I cover the bowl over with the tobacco in and leave it for about an hour. I reckon the cloth helps absorb some of the moisture. I wouldn't leave it for more than an hour though, about an hour. That'll do fine for this. You don't want it too dry. I might come out a bit horrible. I'll just give this a relight. it is going out because it's coming near the end.
And in history, the development of Glasgow's sewage system.
I'm using my 1941 replica Zippo that my sister bought me.
One is left with an irreparable debt.
Very nice lighter.
My head is full of irregular
I like
debts
Zippos.
still.
One day I'd like to get a Corona old boy, but I haven't got the money for that yet. You certainly do get the elements of the letter key coming through, and it's sort of more soft towards the end. I would recommend this. I would say it will find a place in my regular rotation. Now, when I looked on tobacco reviews after I did my tasting notes and wrote down what I thought of it, and I noticed someone said it was too simple. I would say it wasn't too simple, but it's not the most complicated tobacco, but it's nice. As one of my design heroes, Ludwig Mies van der Rohe, once said, less is more. And it's certainly the case when it comes to the squadron leader. Now, I came to Samuel Gawith quite late, only 4 or 5 years ago. That's when I really started getting into English blends. I started off with the Dunhills, and then I spotted this, funny enough, the squadron leader in a tobacconist, and I've liked it ever since, really. Now, I used to smoke a lot more of it, but I think I smoked a bit too much of it, and I sort of got a bit tired of it. But now it's finding a regular place in my rotation again, and I'm very much enjoying it. And I hope you will too. Oh well. See ya.